There must have been some audio malfunction at the start of the stream. If you've just joined, SHR has set the quickest lap, followed by John J. Downey, then Lorenzo, Rafa, Killers, Silas, Quickster, Mimula, Jan, and a crash early from Thierry Bordeaux. And the audio is back working. Driver is going out for their second laps here, as SHR only comes back in from his first lap. It was the quickest lap, however. And one of the drivers has commented in the stream saying he did his lap while having a Domino's pizza. That's always good facts to know for when you're waiting on the next lap. And that same driver is going out for his lap now, and the same driver is on provisional pole position. And there we go, we're fully better now. And it seems to be Killers who's going to be first to set his lap for the second run. 8 minutes remaining in the qualifying session. The Renault on provisional pole. And he's bounced up on the curb there, but continues on. And he's had to save it there. That's not going to do well for his quali time. And he's run wide again. This might ricochet on the track. It hasn't, however. And he's kept that under control nicely. Racing Point beginning his lap now, and there's a yellow flag in sector 1. There's a Toro Rosso going slowly. Is that just for slipstream purposes? Yes, it is. And Rafa has just gone quickest with a 1:21, extending the gap over the Renault. That's a mighty quick lap around here. And the Williams has run wide into turn 1 to get the slipstream. Awful slipstream shenanigans going on here with 6 minutes remaining. see, SHR getting caught up in the Irishman trying to tow each other. This is going to hurt his chances. And they've crashed! They've touched! And SHR has got wing damage. The Alfa Romeo of Formula 1 is out of this qualifying session. And that is disastrous. A front wing change needed. And some audio has just come through the stream. I apologise for that use of language from the Alfa Romeo driver. And don't ask me how that is happening. There we go, that's a bit better. Lorenzo has just gone in P2 with the Renault having to get a front wing change. And that's that slipstream shenanigans coming back to bite Formula 1 right when he was about to get his toe off the Racing Point driver. And now all drivers will be waiting for the next laps, apart from Lorenzo, I think, who is still on a lap. And that's the end of that lap, may I just add, because he's ran very wide at the second chicane. And in the comment section down below, there is some arguing between the two drivers, the Alfa Romeo and the Renault. I think we should be glad there's no press conference after this. SHR complaining that he was 1 second quicker. I really don't know who to blame for that one. Now waiting for the final lap. Will there be a load of slipstream shenanigans again? There's definitely some arguing going down below in the comments between SHR and Formula 1. Anyway, the only driver out on track... Sorry, there is a couple of drivers out on track. We have the Williams of Quickster, the Ferrari of Killers, and the McLaren of Silas. And I definitely think there will be some grid penalties going out for that incident at the Ascari chicane between Formula 1 and SHR. Killers coming around to starter's lap now. Is the Williams ahead of him? No, it's not. It's going to be Killers, the first one, to set a lap here. He's off on his first lap. Looking like he's going to get 2 laps here. And will we get some slipstream from drivers in front? I don't think he will. Sat in P6. Killers is now after his last lap. Was abandoned after a spin on the second Lesmo. He goes through the first one now. Nice and quick through there. And again running a bit wide. Can he hold it together through this one? Yes, he can. And down the straight there's a yellow flag ahead of him. But he is still going. Past the McLaren, and he breaks into the Ascari chicane. Oh no, and he's hit the Toro Rosso, and the McLaren's gone wide as well. The Ascari chicane is worse than the trenches in this qualifying. And they can get back. I think they're all safe, and I think they can all continue. But definitely not enough time to get into the pits and back out again. This is ridiculous with the slipstream. So that's... If Killers has no front wing damage, he can definitely get another lap in. But there's definitely some front wing damage on the Toro Rosso and on the McLaren. Yes, there is boxing into the pits, and that's the end of their qualifying. That's right on board with Lorenzo here. He's on the fastest lap. Coming down to the second chicane, gets the braking very nice indeed going through there. Lorenzo leading the championship by a fair few points, and he's looking good around these last few corners. He's 1/10 off his teammate. And he's got the braking perfect. Let's hope there's no back markers parked on the apex here, and there isn't. He is nicely through there. And there's another yellow flag in sector 2. We're going to keep on board with Lorenzo here. And as a Williams has spun around, and Lorenzo has gone quickest with a 1:19.8. That's an excellent lap. SHR has just started his lap. We all seen what he did at Spa last weekend. And the Racing Point has spun around, and that's the end of his qualifying. And the Williams has also spun around. Everyone's Sebastian Vettel this weekend, it looks like. Jan next across the line, and he stays P7. It's looking like Quickster's next, but we know he spun, so this isn't going to be a very impressive time from the Williams. SHR coming around, and Rafa hasn't gone quicker than Lorenzo, so it's all up to SHR here. He's the only driver who can still put in a competitive time and who hasn't spun. And he's run a bit wide there, but that is allowed. Coming up to the curve of the Parabolica and onto the main straight. He put together a magical lap last week. Can he do it this week? It's SHR. And he's on pole position. What a lap from the Renault man. He's gone 2/10 quicker than Lorenzo, and Lorenzo can't improve on a second lap. 2 weeks running in a row, SHR is on pole position. The man who has been arguing in the comment section for the last 10 minutes has put together a magical lap to finish today's qualifying. It's SHR on pole, Lorenzo P2, Rafa P3, Quickster P4 in the Williams, good result from him. John Downey P5, Killers P6, Jan, Mimula, Silas and Thierry, who crashed on the first lap. That's all from us here today on MDL. Join us tomorrow at 6 PM GMT, 7 PM EU time